And we are live. I hope everyone is having a very blessed day. And we are live. Hold on, I just screwed up. Very blessed day. There we go. Double checking, making sure everything's done right. There we go. Sorry, guys, my production value today is not being so high. And as you can see, we've got a very small panel for right now. Though my sister Laura Jane is supposed to be making an appearance around 7 o'clock, so we can talk about psycho bitch killing her babies and other psycho bitches celebrating that shit. Son of a bitches! I swear to God,
it is pretty creepy.
Hopefully, Marcelo will be here a little later. Fingers crossed. He will be able to make it. Huevo is not here today. He is spending time with his significant other. So, everybody, that's awesome. They're going to be turning the fourth Wednesday into their date nights. So, there is that. Allison Crazy, if you guys can, keep Alice in your thoughts and prayers. Send her some good vibes so she can get through the BS that's been going on her, around her at the moment. So yeah, there's that. So, shoot, I forgot to hit the button over here on Discord to tell Discord not to make noises. What a day! I don't know about you guys. It has been a wild day today. I've been doing multiple stuff, trying to get things done. You know how it goes. So bitches at times. But hey, what can we say? What can we say? Let's let everybody have a chance to introduce themselves for the panel today. First up, we have Casey from Casey's Creepy Creations.
Hello, boys and ghouls. It is so wonderful to be here with you all today.
You there, Casey?
Yeah, I should be there.
We can't. I'm not hearing you. What the heck? What's going on?
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you, bud.
All right, cool. I got it fixed.
Yeah, are we there?
Yep. All right. Casey, tell everybody who you are.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am Casey of Casey's Creepy Creations, also known as Dead McMahon on the Alice and Crazy Horse channel. And I am really, really excited to be here today for another Fireside Chat.
And Siggy, yes, I have seen what Anna has posted. She's totally got it right. And yes, I have been debating the possibility of helping break into Xanadu to go push the button my damn self with this shit. You don't fuck with animals. You don't fuck with kids, man. Damn it, that shit's got me pissed. And today we have with us Jason Love. Tell everybody how you doing, brother.
Howdy, everybody. You can see me on Crazy and Alice. I also materialize whenever I can from channel to channel. And I also do some strange voices.
And you're also
everybody.
In the chat, so that's awesome. This is true. Like I tell you guys, in the chat, you can find yourself here on the panel. All it takes is asking. Now, we've got a lot to talk about because we missed last week because of, well, multiple people having health issues. Today we've got the United Kingdom is issuing a guide to asylum seekers, telling them it is not okay to rape women and children or beat them, for that matter.
It's not?
Yep. And then we've got the Spanish.
Yeah, it's not?
Okay. And then we have another story of in Spain, they were going to build a mega mosque And the people there in this area of Spain said, oh, hell no. And they came up with a way to stop the construction of the mosque. That we'll be talking about that. We also have the disgraced Cambridge professor who got caught plagiarizing everything he submitted whenever he wrote papers.
Oh God!
He committed.
Wow.
He resigned, I think, 2 weeks ago, and then he committed suicide just recently.
Ooh.
Okay, that's the story we'll be talking about. We also have the World War II memorial getting vandalized by a crazy leftist bitch. We've got a story about all the movie studios saying to hell with California and getting the hell out of there. We've got the story of the Southern Poverty Law Center former CFO getting arrested for funding all the white supremacist groups that she was supposed to be monitoring, and also funding.
You can't make that shit up.
And she was also funding the various rallies and stuff, paying dudes to show up to be quote unquote white supremacists. It's wild. And then we found out this woman was sleeping with these the white supremacists she was paying off. And whenever you look up a picture of her,
Jesus.
When you look up the picture of her, you're going, the dudes were only sleeping with her because she was paying them a shit ton of money. Woo, boy, was she! Oh, she does not look good. All right, then we got
every branch on the way.
Oh yeah. All right, we got the we got the psycho bitch killing her 3 kids and all the support she's getting from crazy women all over the place. But I've said this in a while. It's not surprising. It's sickening, yes, but it's not surprising. Especially if you watch the news when the Massachusetts governor, when she signed the law expanding when you can abort a baby up there in Massachusetts, and all these women were surrounding her cheering up to and including birth and after birth to abort a baby.
Ugh.
That's
horrifying.
Well, wait a minute.
Shit.
Well, Moloch and whatever else they got to feed themselves.
Well, wait,
That old chestnut.
I got a question here.
And yeah, go for it.
Now, when you, I mean, as I understand it, when you abort a baby, it's supposed to be before they're born. So, if you're aborting someone after they're born, that isn't abortion anymore. That's freaking murder.
Yes, it's infanticide.
Infanticide. Yeah.
See, all right. When we talk about this subject, I'm going to talk about one of the reasons why I knew Obama should not have been elected president. And the biggest reason why was when he was in the state house up there in Illinois, he would skip votes all the time. But he was celebrating the fact he came home early from a vacation to vote against the Born Alive Act, which basically was saying that if a baby survived an attempted abortion, they had to take that baby to the hospital instead of taking it and putting it in a soundproof closet and leaving it in there till it cried itself to death.
Oh.
Yeah, but
God.
That's
oh my God.
Yeah, that's it. And he celebrated the fact that he voted against that law. Now, we also have the Oregon governor, Kotek. She removed reading, writing, and math requirements for persons of color so they could graduate high school. We also have recently declassified documents that outright confirm that ex Swalwell was not only sleeping with a Chinese communist spy, he was taking bribes from her. And this past week, while he was at the San Francisco airport, the feds seized all of his electronics because of a sexual misconduct probe they're doing right now. And it's insane. Yes, this is fucking insane. And then another one of our subjects today is the Miranda Strategies, which was a polling group. Let me send this message to Marcelo. Now, the Meridian Strategies polling group is the one that was saying that that Hong Yong, whatever the heck her name was, the rabid Democratic Socialist Asian chick, was gonna win by double digits the primary or some shit up in Yankee Land, and it out that they were all, it was all fraudulent. They made it all up on social media, and they claimed
fraud
experiment to see if they could influence getting her elected or not. Yeah, some really crazy shit, you know. Oh God. But yes, those are some of the stories that we're going to be talking about today. I'm gobsmacked by it. Now, I'm going to admit we're going to put the crazy bitch and the insanity of the idiots that are supporting her to the end of the show, because my little sister Laura Jane, our resident rabid spider monkey, wants to talk about this. And at the moment, she is driving to go pick up our baby sister from her job, and she won't be back until around 7 o'clock. So we've got an hour before we get our rabid spider monkey to come on. Right before we went live, my niece Zobug came over and got to talk with Casey and Jason Love for a few minutes as we were getting ready to get started today, and gave us a Skittles update. And Skittles is doing pretty good. We're trying right now to get the paperwork together to have Skittles legally classified as an emotional support animal. And hopefully that will mean that Zobug will be able to take Skittles with her to school. So everybody keep them in your thoughts and your prayers, because we could really use that support big time. Let's see. Let me come up over here and look at the chat. I feel really bad about not bringing chat up. Okay. Siggy says, I'm like Anna of that Star Wars girl of fame, talking about that psycho killing her kids and the women rallying around killing them, disguised as women issues. Yes. And yes, Siggy, I totally agree. It makes me want to sneak my ass into Xanadu and push the button my damn self and tell the twins they're
push the button,
help their dad kick every motherfucking one of their asses. It's just really fucked up, you know. Let's see. It isn't okay. We'll arrest people about it. Yeah, the dude self-terminated. He enjoyed his chocolate. Yep. Woohoo, kill a baby as it comes out. Selanash worshippers, all of them in that People's Republic. Yeah. It's really messed up, because Selanash and Moloch and Baal, many of the old gods especially Moloch, they would have these big giant orgies, and if a woman got knocked up during this big religious orgy that they would do, they would bring the baby and sacrifice it, because that was the whole point of the orgy, was to make babies so they could sacrifice them. Ancient Rome, they would have barges where people would take unwanted babies and just leave them there. Yeah, it was really sick.
Brutal.
Let's see. Any more? KC, 5 years of age, abort then, and just an abortion, not murder. Yeah, there was actually a left-wing political thought leader that was talking about the fact you should be able to quote unquote abort a child up to 5 years old.
I'm sorry. I mean, this is just sick.
Horrifying.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
When you
horrifying.
When you think of all the people out there that want to get a kid but can't get one, and yet people are telling you, oh, it's okay to abort a child when they're born. It's okay to abort them up until they're 5 years old.
Yeah, because, and if I remember right, this thought leader said that because a lot of defects like autism and things of this nature doesn't show up until around that point in time.
Well, unfortunately, for whoever the whack job is that said that, the thing is, autism is becoming a very common thing today, and as a result, people are learning to deal with it.
Yeah,
I mean,
as a disabled person, that shit scares the hell out of me. Especially made up there in Canada and multiple countries in Europe that have legalized doctor-assisted suicide and created programs to make it easier to do that shit. That shit scares the hell out of me of it coming here, especially considering the fact my medical care comes through the VA, which is all intents and purposes government-controlled health care. They already have denied me pain medicine. And so, yeah, this shit, I've been without pain medicine since Obama was in office. His last term in office, that's when they took my pain medicine away from me. That's been over 10 years.
Well, I'll tell you what, dude. I mean, you're not the only one. I'm right there with you. The thing is, I mean, the way things are going, what's going to stop them from someday saying, well, you're not productive, so the trash should go.
Yep. And that scares me, man, because I know so many awesome, amazing people who were born with severe disabilities who have been a positive influence on not just me, but the whole fucking world that they interacted with. And one of them is sitting on my panel. And everybody loves him because he is one of the beating hearts of our online family and this online community that has been built on a foundation of our shared love of pop culture. And Siggy also says, woohoo, Oregon says people of color are genetically inferior and you must keep your people of color ignorant. Yeah, that's literally what that whole thing of saying we're no longer going to make people of color have to prove that they know how to read, write, and do math.
Well, okay, here's what I got to say about that. I'm sorry. I know there's things we got to do here, but I got to say, if you're going to do that, what's the point in giving anybody any kind of certificate, because they won't know the basic things they need to know to get along in life.
Exactly. When we talk about this subject, there's a video out there of this black English teacher crying while talking about the fact that he has so many black students who can't do the most basic English problems. Even though he had the answer written on the blackboard for them, they could not figure it out. And he was
Well, if you can't read, you can't even read it.
Yeah.
It's on the blackboard, but you don't know what it says.
Yep.
Wow.
And Siggy says social media, especially TikTok and Blue Sky, are communist tools. Yeah, that's true. And Siggy
Such a
also
disservice to so many.
makes releasing our eldritch god look like a reasonable thing, doesn't it? Dude, you're not worshiping the one true eldritch god. You're worshiping one of his kids. Harvey isn't the Cthulhu, man. Come on. And yes, we've been trying to convince my sister and brother-in-law to start homeschooling Zobug, but Brian doesn't want to do it. And then we saw a video of a woman saying she aborted her baby to protect it. That's psychotic.
Right.
That's psychotic.
Well, from what?
Yeah, go for it, Casey.
What would be so bad that you could protect your child by killing it?
Yeah. Well, the fucked up thing is that was actually also a quote of Margaret Sanger's, the founder of Planned Parenthood. She's also the woman that was on the record saying that they needed to hire black, but that's not the word she used, of course, preachers to keep that community in line and convince the black community that aborting all of their children was a good thing, so we could remove black people from American culture, because she considered blacks and Hispanics, the disabled and veterans and poor people, the weeds of American society that needed to be removed.
Well,
charming lady.
I for one am proud to be a fucking weed then.
Yep. And Siggy says,
I believe it. Yeah, it is. Eugenics.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Margaret
Yeah.
Sanger was given an award by Funny Mustache Man.
I'll bet.
Yeah. And Funny Mustache Man was scared of Margaret Sanger because she was even more extreme than he was when it came to the eugenics shit. And Siggy says, Casey, all they need to know is how to sell drugs and shoot a gun gangsta style.
You know, I never thought about that. I'm sorry. I stand corrected.
And then he says, Margaret was the inspiration for the National Socialist German Workers' Party genetics program. So they learned it from us, the United States. The United States practiced genetic sterilization of the retarded for years. Yes, they did. It's some really fucked up shit. It was one of those programs that, if I remember right, Woodrow Wilson pushed that shit through while he was president. And for those who don't know, Woodrow Wilson was also the mentor to Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who also shared those ideals.
You know, that's ironic when you think about how Roosevelt ended the last years of his life.
Yes.
That's really fun.
But remember, as far as FDR was concerned, he was one of the elites.
Yeah.
So it did not concern him. It had nothing to do with him. It was that rules for me, but not thee. I can do whatever I want, but the rules are you've got to be judged by these rules that I will not judge myself by. That's and sadly that's the whole concept of the progressive movement.
Well, I mean, the bad thing is though, when you read about him in school, you know, they make him out to be some kind of a hero, and they talk about how he dealt with this for the last years of his life. And then you find out that it's okay for me, but the rest of y'all can go die.
Yes. Also, yes, Siggy is right. Woodrow Wilson also segregated the military during his administration, as well as segregated the entirety of the federal government. In fact, he fired all but one black person that worked for the federal government. And that one dude, his desk was in the middle of a bullpen. And Woodrow Wilson had them build walls around his desk so he could be segregated from the rest of the bullpen. That's how messed up Woodrow Wilson was. He was not a good person. Odds are I'm going to try to do a deep dive on the roots of the progressive movement, as well as the progressive American U.S. roots of fascism and National Socialism, because that is something most people don't know, is that it was the American progressive movement of Woodrow Wilson that inspired Mussolini to create the first fascist party there in Italy out of the Italian socialist movement. And yes, Siggy, Woodrow Wilson also not only approved the creation of the Federal Reserve System, he was one of the biggest proponents of doing it because he wanted it centralized. He actually wanted a more powerful federal government. He wanted the state governments to be severely curtailed and weakened, and for local governments to only be there to rubber stamp what the federal government did. His favorite book was Philip Drew, Administrator. Hey, Jamie Lynn Sims is in the audience, as is Marcelo Lopez. But yes, if you ever
Jamie Lynn, the Shadow.
If you ever get a chance to read Philip Drew, Administrator, the progressive movement makes sense because it's all about a single centralized figure being in charge of everything. It's insane, dudes and dudettes. It's just really, really messed up. History is one of those things that I've never understood why people have a hard time enjoying reading history, because how are you going to appreciate what we have today if you don't know what it took for us to get here and the Herculean efforts it took to build the world we're standing in today? You know, I talk about my aunt all the time when she came out as a lesbian in the 70s in the Deep South, and everything it took to get to where she would be accepted in just everyday public spaces. And it's just really frustrating. And especially with all these people nowadays of the alphabet community who think they're being oppressed. They got what they asked for. We're just saying, leave children alone, you know? And in many ways, my biggest problem with the trans movement is there's so many people that have been misdiagnosed with it when they have other issues that can be treated, or they're just gay or lesbian and they're being convinced, no, you're not, you're just the opposite sex trapped in the wrong body. And And that causes severe mental issues.
It's a lot of money
And
on that too.
yes, the moment you go
The guy,
down,
they become permanent. Yeah, they
you
become
become,
permanent patients for the rest of their.
and it's just really messed up. I have known trans people, actual trans people, my whole life, and that it just really frustrates me when I see this shit, because there's so many real trans people that are looking at what's going on today, and it sickens them because they just wanted to live their lives and be left alone. They did not want to be fetishized or people drawing attention to them. They just wanted to live a normal life. So yeah, it's really messed up.
And Richard, if I could go back for a minute, I mean, the weird thing about what we were talking about a minute ago with people not wanting to study history, it's
Mhm.
not that people don't want to study it. It's just that basically there are a bunch of people in this world that want to dumb down society to the point that they'll go along with anything they're told. So, I mean, look for example
Exactly.
about what the real ramifications are of those laws that we
Mhm.
just heard about, where they said now you don't have to, if you're African American, you don't have to abide by academic rules that everyone else would have to go by.
Yeah.
The thing is, what you're really doing is you're saying to those people, well, because you don't have to know them, there's a bunch of other things that you won't know as a result, which will inevitably make it easier for those in power that want to be able
Mhm.
to control them.
And that's they made learning history hard. Instead of you being able to just read about it, they started forcing you to have to give the exact dates when stuff happened.
Well,
Instead of saying, this is what happened, this is what led up to it, this is how things changed because of this act happening. That's what they used to teach
okay.
in
What
school.
the reason I wanted, because you may not know this, but I actually went to school originally to become a history teacher. I
Yeah.
wanted to teach history in college or high school. But I'll tell you something. My favorite history teacher of all time, the first day I went in this class, I knew I belonged when he said, here's what I want you to remember. I want you to think of history, whether it be U.S. history, world history, whatever kind of history you want. It's like traveling down a long road. Now, a bunch of people will tell you that it's really important for you to know what, that that the Constitution was, Declaration of Independence, 1776. But you know what? It's not. Basically, the years, think of the years like a mile marker on the road.
Mm-hmm.
What's important is that you know what happened and why it happened.
Exactly.
What made it specifically important to what we have now. You don't need to worry about if you can remember the date, that's great. But let's face it, there are so many of them, you can lose your mind trying to remember the date.
Exactly.
And
You're,
once you
what
do it from
matters about history is the Herculean efforts and sacrifices that were made to build today's world. We need to focus on the chain of events, what led up to certain events, how that event changed the world. We don't need to know the exact day. We just need to understand what caused the change. Because when you know what caused the change, and you know the signs that led up to it, you'll notice if things like that starts popping up in your daily life. Whenever you read the newspaper, oh shit, wait a minute, that reminds me of something back in history. And to me, that's why for the past 50 plus years, they've been screwing with how they teach history. The correct answer for the day always ends in a Y. Yeah. But like I was saying, man.
Why indeed?
We have buku amount of stuff to talk about today. And which story should we hit first? Since we're already talking about education, let's go ahead and hit the Oregon governor. Because that's I'm still stunned that this woman as governor has decided to make it to where people of color don't need to be able to pass the most basic reading, writing, and math requirements so they can graduate from high school. And I'm sorry, if you can't do that basic thing, how are you going to go to college? How are you going
let alone interact with anything?
Yeah. Let's see. Marcelo says, correct. They don't want to know the change because that would mean having to look in the mirror and confront the reality of their lives, the lies that they've believed. Exactly. And Siggy says history should be lost so we can repeat things again. Yay. Yeah. And unfortunately, you're right, Siggy. College has just become an indoctrination center. But the fact is, so has elementary school, junior high, and high school. It's all become industrialized indoctrination center.
Teacher, leave those kids alone.
Yeah. And the messed up thing is, Pink Floyd became famous for that song. And nowadays, the person who sung and wrote the song is promoting these initiatives in education. If you
you can't make that shit up.
Yeah, you can't. It's one of those things of where facts are more outlandish than fiction. I'm like gobsmacked that the person who started out as a big-time libertarian who did not trust big government in charge of anything, especially education, is now promoting that stuff. It's insane. And then let's see, we also have Marcelo says the button will be pushed in due course, so have patience. Then Siggy says gender studies, fuck the world, Richard. Yeah, I agree. Gender studies, the Trump administration actually signed into being that student loans will no longer cover useless degrees like gender studies. You have to prove that the degree you're going after with a taxpayer-backed student loan, you can get a job with that degree now. And I'm all for it because the degree I was going to go for was all about getting me a job. Both times I went to college. So, yeah, it's just messed up stuff. Elementary school through high school is just prep indoctrination for colleges. Exactly. And, but like I was saying, there was a teacher that did this video. I saw it on YouTube, but I was told it was also on TikTok. and it was this black English teacher who was in tears talking about the fact that the majority of his students could not read or write, that even those that could read or write did not know how to diagram a sentence, could not identify the verbs, the adjectives, or the nouns in a sentence.
Wow.
And I was crying with him, watching how this was gutting him. The man is a teacher. Ooh. Marcelo's having a sweet potato. Baked sweet potato or a steamed one? Me, I like my baked sweet potato with butter and cinnamon. Cinnamon, butter, baked sweet potatoes. Oh man, those are so good. Bad, Richard. Stop thinking about food. Stop thinking about food. We got so much to talk about.
Food.
And Siggy says they can get a job as an Antifa activist paid by the Soros Fund. No, we actually cut U.S. aid, so Soros would actually have to start spending his money again for that. And as much as Soros is about supporting socialism and communism, he likes keeping his own money if he can. Really wild, really wild.
Isn't it wild how that always works?
Yeah, it's insane. These really rich dudes that get into the socialism and communism and all this other crap, like Hassan Piker, the dude who likes having male goats mount him and do naughty things to his buttocks.
I'll bet. You know, I always said that as like a trolling joke, and then he's proud of it. I'm like, so you are a goat humper?
No.
Like that's not supposed to be something you're proud of.
No.
The goat humps him.
The goat. The goat humps.
It humps him.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
And his uncle is
just funnier.
His uncle is out there talking about how he would, if he was dictator for a day, he would legalize bestiality where the human is giving pleasure to the animal.
What?
No. Ew.
Yes, and Anita, his co-host, the shocked look on her face as she looked at him and started moving her chair away from him. It was priceless. Right? Oh God! You
animal humping son of a!
I'm gonna have to mute myself so I can laugh, because I don't think y'all want to hear me do my laugh.
Are you kidding? She actually moved away from him when he said that.
Yes, she did. And the look on her face. It's funny. Oh,
breathe, Richard, breathe.
Yes, it was so funny. And
I don't want to have to come and take you, Richard.
It's so funny that I'm laughing so hard I can barely breathe. Oh,
breathe.
I'm trying to eat over here. Oh God. Oh, and he says
sometimes it was just like your pork chops do not have been fucked.
Move away. I would have escorted them off the building. Remember,
also Piker, apologies for the
is Chunky Yogurt, who is the owner operator of the Young Turks, and little Miss Anna is a Armenian American who works for a dude that for the longest time said the Armenian genocide never happened, who also said the Assyrian Christian genocide never happened, and the Greek Orthodox genocide never happened there in Turkey. Even though Hemingway reported on the I know he reported on the Greek Christian genocide that occurred because he was out there in a boat as the people were fleeing, as their section of the port city was being burned, and they were jumping in the water. They crowded the docks, and as the fire was getting closer, they just jumped into the water and swam to the boats and was hitting the sides of the boats, begging to be let on the boats. So yeah, it's it's just really messed up stuff, man. But yeah, our education system has been taken over by the left and has been turned into an indoctrination center where they're teaching the kids what to think, not how to think. And I know Sigvaldson and Casey and Marcella is old enough to remember back when they were teaching how to think in school.
Yeah.
How old are you, Jason? Are you over the age of 40?
Absolutely. I was there at the tail end. They were starting to it was starting to mix. But I still remember enough where they actually wanted you to know things and be good at things.
Yep. And yes, Hemingway was a socialist, but he also crawled into a bottle after witnessing that shit. And in many ways, there's people out there that have written thesis papers believing that what he saw had such a massive effect on him his entire life, it caused him to become super depressive and led to his suicide. But that's a subject for a different time. The whole Hemingway story is just one of those things of damn. And
yep.
But yes, teachers are supposed.
Otherwise, knowledge is power, kids.
Yes. School was all about teaching you how to think critically, how to be able to problem solve. And as time has progressed, they have gotten away from that and are teaching groupthink now. That you're supposed to care more about the feelings of your fellow students instead of challenging each other to find facts and the truth. Because when I was in school, we were taught gun safety. Freshman year, you had gun safety for half the year, and the other half of the year, your freshman year, was driver's education. Depending on your social security number, the last digits of your social security number, odds and evens, depending on which half of the year you were in. Did you start the year in gun safety or did you start the year in driver's ed? They don't teach that. And driver's ed, from what I've been told, is no longer an actual organized class like that anymore in our school system. It's an
I think it got phased out.
Yeah.
Or it didn't have enough funding or whatever.
Hell, they took music out of school just like they took the Bible out of school. And I'm like, what the hell, man? That's messed up. Because
it is. There are local people in my area that I think.
My generation is.
Yeah, there are local people in my area that you can totally pay to teach you to drive. But not to have it in school, that's wild.
Yeah. Now, what got me was I was in school. I remember in elementary school, we had prayers. We at the beginning of school, and whenever we would go for our lunch, we would have a prayer. And I think it was third grade when they stopped. And that was really messed up. I can't remember. What about you, Casey? Do you remember that?
Well, actually, I was never in a school that required prayer. I know some did, but I wasn't.
And Marcelo asked, how many kids are taught civics in school? Between me and Becca, she's my baby sister, civics got stopped. Because when I graduated school, civics was still a class. Laura Jane said when she might have had civics in school, but Becca, who's 3 years younger than Laura Jane, said it wasn't in school when she went. So, yeah, civics taught us the basics of citizenship, what the Constitution meant, how the government worked, how elections were done, all the basics. I kind of wish Miss Janet could come would be here right now and be on panel, because she does voter support volunteering, where she goes and works as a poll watcher and talks about,
damn it, Janet,
all of that stuff. And that's it's the reason why they don't teach it anymore. Is if the average person knew how the system is supposed to work, they would be getting more and more upset about the way things are going right now.
Yep.
Let's see. Siggy says, got to head out. I'm going to be my cynical self and go, even 50 years from now, our country will be at the ledge of collapse. 50 years after that, most of the U.S. will no longer be around. Yeah, unfortunately, you're right, Bubba. And Kay Scholl is saying hello from both Rumble and from YouTube. Hi, Kay Scholl. How you doing? Marcelo says that his neighbor is a retired teacher. Had a conversation last night. She taught history and civics for 30 years. So, yeah, I wanted to be a history and civics teacher. I really did. That was my first try at college. I was going through all the stuff at a community college so I could transfer to a four-year college. I was going to transfer to University of North Carolina in Charlotte, unless I was able to get a scholarship to somewhere better. And the head of the political sciences department wanted to submit me for multiple scholarships to go on for an not just undergraduate studies, but graduate studies, so I could be a teacher. And the funny thing is, Mr. Seifert was married to the city planner for Charlotte. And when in class, you did not know what his political leanings were. He was very adamant about that. The only time we actually had a serious conversation about politics was several of the other students was saying that I should run for office. And I stated that the closest political party to me was either the Republican Party or the Libertarian Party, because I am a conservative, constitutional libertarian. I believe in what the founding fathers believed. Keep government small. That way, the smaller you keep it, the less damage it can do if it ever gets out of hand. And Mr. Seifert made the statement that if I ever ran for office, even as a Republican, he would vote for me. And that's when he told everybody who his wife was, and that his wife was a major player in North Carolina the North Carolina Democrat Party. And unfortunately, a few years back, she got arrested for corruption, dude.
Oh
Dude.
man.
Constitutional conservative. Yep. The founding fathers described government as follows: an unfortunate necessity, and that it was like fire. You had to keep your eye on it all the time to make sure it didn't get out of hand. And it's wild, you know? And, but yeah, he made the statement that I put the Constitution and the people ahead of everything else. That's one of the reasons why I don't like political parties, because people focus on the jersey and that little letter after their name more than they care about doing the right thing. And it just really sucks. This is also coming from a point in time when we had multiple scandals that was going on in Charlotte that was really messed up. There was a black town council member, city council member, who was a religious leader who got caught doing things with little black boys. And they had named a government center and a couple of shopping centers after this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, we had some really messed up stuff that happened at the time. And it took something like 10, 15 years to get them to rename that stuff. And yeah, it's not cool. But like I said, a very wise man once said, you want to keep the government, be it a federal government, a state government, or a local government, small enough you can drown it in the toilet when it gets out of hand. And once you've got it drowned, you can hit the little lever and flush it and start from scratch. Because the moment you let your government get so big, we the people lose control of it. Just like fire. A cooking fire is awesome. Fire can keep you warm at night. It can cook your food. But what happens when it gets out of control? It burns everything down, including you. Thus, you got to keep control of the government. And the only way you're going to keep control of the government is auditing it every time it does something. You got to say, what is it you're doing? Did I give you the right to do this? Is this the right thing? When the founding fathers got set up in Washington, D.C., there was a fire at the tenement. No, this was when the Capitol was still in New York. There was a fire that burnt down some tenements. And someone in Congress said that Congress should allocate federal money to relieve the suffering of the people whose homes got burnt down. And the other founding fathers said, no, if you want to donate money, we will donate our money, not the people's money, for reconstruction. Because this ain't our money. This is the taxpayers' money. It's only supposed to do stuff for the nation as a whole. Charity starts at home, and I'm more than willing to sign over my congressional paycheck for this, because it is a good thing to do. But I'm not going to use taxpayer money to do it. See how far we've digressed in this amount of time? It really sucks, don't it? Let's see. Marcelo says you got to make sure it doesn't go out, and you got to make sure that it doesn't burn everything in its wake. Exactly. Fire is one of those things that you just got to keep an eye on. Just like government. All right, next up, let's hit the World War II memorial being vandalized by an insane lefty bitch.
Oh, this one. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not even going to use this bitch's name.
Yep.
But
no recognition for her. That's for sure.
When asked,
unless it's the shame and.
Well, when she was asked why she desecrated the World War II memorial, do you know what she said? She was upset that Trump was cleaning up all of the memorials there in D.C.
Wait a minute. So she's upset because somebody's cleaning it, so she's gonna go out and mess it up?
Yes.
You're making things too nice. It makes me, I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable, things being too nice.
Yeah.
Never mind what that probably says about their childhood, but.
Well, yeah. never mind what that says about them now.
Mm-hmm. Most of them never.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most of these lefties never
Arrested Development.
Yes, they're still adult children, and it's scary. I mean, I've said this before. Progressivism is more like a religion than it is a political movement. And you spend,
it seems like it.
And you're spending your entire time, if you are not significantly woke enough, they'll excommunicate you from the movement. They will cancel you. They'll make it to where you can't have a job, can't feed yourself or your family. So these people are terrified of that stuff. So they're out there performing these public acts of stupidity and insanity to stay in the good graces of the rest of the lunatics.
Yep.
I was talking with somebody who said that the Democrat Party is no longer the Democrat Party. It's the Democratic Socialist Party of America now, because the DSAs took it over. Even Carville, the snakehead dumbass from Louisiana, has basically made the statement he cannot be in the same party as these people because they're unreasonable and they act more like a cult than a political movement. It's wild, man.
Fetterman. Oh yeah, Fetterman.
Well, Fetterman has been about the only Democrat that's been calling this shit out and saying that, look,
you know how much he's making more sense once he's recovered from his like stroke or whatever.
It's wild. The only sane Democrat is the one that suffered a stroke. And
full neurological reset.
Yeah. And it's insane to me that that's the conversation we're having. That the only sane some bitch left in the Democrat Party, it seems, or elected Democrat, that is Fetterman, who suffered such a massive stroke. And he still toes most of the party line when it comes to votes, when it comes to the Democrats.
Not too surprising.
But then again, the Republican Party, we've got rhinos like Murkowski and Mitch McConnell and others who have been opposed to the SAVE Act, which...
don't forget my guy, John Thune. Douchebag.
I can't get over that standard. Look,
I just want to apologize for him. We don't claim him.
When 80% of the American people are supporting the SAVE Act, which is including a major majority of the Democrats themselves that are supporting it.
Yep.
It's got bipartisan support. This should be a no-brainer. Every other country on earth requires photo ID to vote in their election. They also have laws that bar non-citizens from voting. Hell, the United States states no non-citizen can vote in federal elections.
Pretty standard, or supposed to be.
Exactly. It's just insane. Socialism and Marxism is a counter religion. You're very right, Marcelo, because Engels and Marx both hated religion, hated God. And when you take the time to study Marxism critically, socialism and communism does not work on large scale. It only works when on a family level or an extended family level, like in a commune where everybody that's there wants it to work. The moment one person decides they're not going to carry the load that they're supposed to be carrying, it won't work. That's why Bernie Sanders got kicked out of multiple communes, because they said he was a lazy son of a bitch who didn't do what he was supposed to do. They kicked his ass out.
Can't you won't do the work and then I benefit from it?
He got kicked out of communes, dude, because he didn't do any of the chores that he was supposed to do. He wanted to lay around and do nothing. And he talks about, I was a carpenter. I did this, I did that. And all the people that was in these communes with him sitting there going, nope, he just laid there like a lazy son of a bitch. Didn't do any of the shit he was supposed to do. That's why we kicked him out. Yeah, Marcelo's right. Multiple communes. And even then, it doesn't work on a commune level. How many communists do we have to actively running today? Yeah. Multiple communes he got kicked out of. It's insane to find out, you know. And I mean, the dude goes to Soviet Russia on his honeymoon and celebrated that shit and sang the praises when he came back of bread lines. I mean, I'm sorry. I have a hard time understanding anybody who takes the man seriously. Just like AOC, I cannot understand how anybody takes her seriously. I'll admit, when she got her start, she was slim and hot with a little crazy Latina look about her. But she's getting kind of chunky now, and I don't find her that.
And the crazy eyes have intensified.
Yeah, buddy. She's gone from she might be fun in bed kind of crazy look to hide the knife look. And why does she have a bad dragon dildo with nails in it, and why is she chasing after me? So yeah, it's not fun.
Well, you forgot something. You got to check the medicine cabinet, so she has
True. Always check the medicine cabinet. Okay, and this is the kind of people that they sent here to the United States during the Mariel boat lift. Don't make me take out the receipts. No, don't worry, Bubba.
Oh yeah, empty the jails and the asylums and go there.
Yeah, it's
Mix.
Just really, really wild, man. Now, let's see. Since we're talking about corruption in government, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Eric Swalwell and the declassified.
Oh God, I have trouble taking it. I have trouble taking that seriously. I have trouble taking that seriously with a name like that.
Yes. Okay, for those of you who don't know the story of Eric Swalwell, or as most of us refer to him as Swallowswell, this is the dumb son who knowingly was sleeping with an agent of the Chinese Communist Party named Fang Fang. Documents prove he knew she was a communist agent. The documents that have been declassified also proved he was taking bribes from her. which stuns the hell out of me because I thought it was the other way around, that they were blackmailing him and he was doing whatever he could to keep Fang Fang from talking about how his little tiny Wang Wang was so small. and yeah. Now, the stuff comes out that the dude, they declassified this stuff, and oh yeah, he was doing it. He knowingly did it. He knowingly accepted bribes. And right now, there is a major probe going on in Congress about his sexual misconduct while in office. And this is going on while he was at the San Francisco airport. The feds descended upon him and seized all of his electronics to be part, so they can inspect it as part of their probe. Do you get what I'm saying is going on with him? That they're investigating him for sexual misconduct. They declassified intelligence documents showing that he was having a sexual relationship with a known communist spy, and that he accepted bribes from said Chinese communist spy, which I again reiterate going, that blows me away because I thought he was the one bribing them not to tell everybody he has an itty bitty wing. And it's, it's one of those things. What the hell, man? Just the fact he's
never mind.
Just the fact he slept with a Chinese communist agent and accepted bribes. That's where the story should be ending, with him being kicked out of Congress and tried for
exactly treason. Like what? Big time.
You guys know how I feel about this. If you're a government agent or a government official, be elected or appointed, be it an elected official like a congressman or a senator, a mayor, a town councilman, or any other elected position, and you are caught committing any type of graft or corruption, I believe you should be tried for treason, because what you're doing is weakening the electorate's faith that the system works. It's why I keep saying we should never have allowed them to outlaw tarring and feathering. I also believe if you get caught doing this shit, they need to fire up Chippy, put him on 1/6 power, and feed you feet first and keep you alive until you run all the way through. That's the way I believe these traitors need to be gotten rid of. In such a gruesome way that it makes all the other bureaucrats, all the other politicians go, I ain't doing that. I'm no. I ain't not no. No. Nope. Hey, it's Tony. He is in the office saying, everybody leave a like and love. So, yes, that is so cool, brother. Love you, man.
Stock.
Now, the fact that it's taken sexual misconduct to cause a probe into this dude, you've already got him on treason and accepting bribes from a foreign government. And I'm asking
more than enough.
What the hell? But then again, I also say that this is what they need to do whenever they catch somebody committing voter fraud. No matter how big or how small, if you're committing voter fraud, you're stuffing ballots. That's weakening the faith of we the people in our government and that the system works. That's treasonous to me. And that's when you fire Chippy up at 1/6 power and let them slowly.
Chippy.
And yes,
Oh yeah,
Chippy,
definitely into Chippy.
and Chippy's hungry, man. Chippy's really, really hungry. And you know
Oh
him.
yeah, Chippy's very
Always
hungry.
hungry, and he's always saying, "Yum yum, eat 'em up, yum yum, eat 'em up." You know. So yeah,
Feed me, Richard.
it just, oh man, it's just so messed up. And the fact that Swalwell has been getting away with this shit. I mean, I've got a list of some of the most messed up Democrat politicians and the crazy shit that they have done and said, especially during the Bush years. There was this one dude from Florida back during the Bush years that was so insane it wasn't even funny. And he was part of the whole Obamacare workups and was saying the Republicans' plan is simple. If you get sick, die quickly. And I was like, I think his name was Grayson. And he was a real douchebag, especially when it came out, some of the stuff he was doing in not just his personal life, but his business life as well was really messed up. And I think he got censored and he lost his primary and got voted out of office. Then you had Blabbermouth Schultz, Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz. Yes, that was her from down there in Florida way. I think she was in the Miami-Dade area. Maybe Marcelo could tell us if that was where she was from or not. But she was actually a candidate to be Speaker of the House at one point, and that woman was insane. Nowhere near as crazy as AOC. But then again, at the time, we thought she was totally off her flipping rocker, Looney Tunes, because and that's why we called her Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz instead of Washerman Schultz, because she was crazy and she would go off on all kinds of really crazy shit. And I don't know about you guys, but I still remember the yellow T-shirts that were done up like the old, the Kill Bill movie poster that said "Kill Bush." In fact, I've got photographs of not just the ads to buy that T-shirt. I've actually got pictures of people who actually wore the T-shirt.
Wow.
And Marcella, no, she's in Broward. She had to shift her approach because she had to change districts. So she's still trying to get elected again, huh? Yeah. Once you get it, once you taste it, it's kind of like that really addictive crocodile shit. My body's falling apart and is dead, but I can't stop taking it. Yeah, that's political power for you. Oh yeah. Anyway, let's see. We did that one. Let's see. Who should we move to next? All right, let's do the Spanish mosque construction plans and how they got scrapped. Because this is wild. Okay. In Spain, they were going to be. Oh, wait. Hold on. Debbie Wasserman Schultz is not just a few marbles short. She lost the whole bag. That's good.
The marble's gone.
Anyway, there was it was in the Catalina. All right, you be good, brother. Love you, man. And Marcelo says she's trying to screw over African Americans' representation. Talk about a racist. Yeah, no kidding. But anyway, the Catalina region of Spain, there was the Muslims wanted to build this big, huge super mosque, and the locals weren't having any of it. Guess how they were able to stop the construction? Come on, guys. Got any ideas how they stopped the construction of this super mosque in Spain?
Let's see. Maybe they had it sanctified as Christian ground.
No. Muslims are actually known for going in and purposely taking over Jewish and Christian and other faiths consecrated areas and turning them into mosques. That's just part of their faith. It's really wild. No. It has to do with pork products.
What, they threw a barbecue or something?
They went and the locals all
No bacon for you.
Took some pork product, pork body parts and things of this nature, and threw it all over the property.
I love it.
And thus,
how's it down with pork products?
They made
Nice.
the area too unclean for them to build the mosque. So they had to scrap their plans for their super mosque on that property. And of course, the Spanish government got upset about it, and the locals said they didn't care. They'll do it again.
Good for locals.
Yeah, it's insane. And there's a group in Texas that said that this has given them a model to be able to stop the Islamization of Texas, so they don't follow what's going on in Minnesota, especially and Michigan, especially Dearborn, because Dearborn used to be known for having a pretty decent sized Jewish community and population there. And now it's almost exclusively, it's dominated by the Muslims there in Dearborn. And there was a guy named Jake Lang that went up there, and all he said was, Jesus is king, or Jesus is the Lord. And all these Muslims chased him and was trying to beat him to death. And some lunatic dressed up as Spider-Man went up there saying that he too punches racist. Now, hold on a second. I'm trying to find where I put this picture of, so I can. It turns out that the guy was, let's see, where did I put you? I saved it, and now I can't remember where I stashed it. That sucks when I do that, man. I'm sorry, guys.
No worries.
Nope, it's not that one. Nope, that's not it either. But this guy, I can't remember if he was diddling kids or he was doing something really bad, and I'm trying to find it. And I'm coming up blank, and it's upsetting me. So I'm gonna have to just give me one more minute so I can open up my Facebook because I shared it on Facebook. Let's see, where are you? Come on, where are you? I put you on. I know I shared you. So give me a minute. It's going to be here. Yeah, here we go. William Nicholas Love had prior domestic violence convictions before being accused of strangling the mother of his child and holding a gun to her head in front of their 2-year-old daughter. This is the dude that dressed up as Spider-Man and was hailed as a hero after a Jake Lang clash because he was in the Spider-Man costume, carrying a sign calling "Smash White Supremacy, Racist out of MPLS," and he was swinging it around and acting all stupid. So,
Spider-Man, no.
Yeah. And several people
Spider-Man
asked, why is he dressed as Peter Parker Spider-Man and not Miles Morales Spider-Man, since he is, a black dude?
Well, yeah. Maybe he just knows that Peter's better.
Yeah. Thing, man. And I mean, like I said, this past 2 weeks has been pretty wild. And so much stuff has been going down. Hold on. We lost Dolly Parton and Tim Curry this week. This Friday, we're going to do a special since Wavo really wants to talk about Jason Frank's last project, which was The Legend of the White Dragon. The movie is being released in theaters on Friday. So we're going to do a special on Friday afternoon where we'll be saying goodbye to Jason Frank, Dolly Parton, and Tim Curry. We're going to talk about PBS losing 30 years of archival information by deleting it. It's just insane, man.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm telling you, man, some of the stuff.
So that's where all that Doctor Who went.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't get it falls under the whole. This is why you need physical media, so stuff like this doesn't happen. Let's see. The current local city council in Seville, Spain, whipped out. So there are going to be further protests against the mosque. Oh, good. Okay.
I wonder about something.
Yeah, what's that?
When you go to that super mosque, is it like a super Walmart where they'll, like, when you go in the door, they'll enter you in for a drawing to win a free prayer rug or something?
No, they call it a super mosque because they're building them bigger than the biggest Christian or Jewish house of worship in the country.
Okay. So it's more, mine is bigger than yours, so come to ours.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And we now have our rabid spider monkey.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah.
That bad, huh?
Yeah.
We'll go grab Skittles.
Well, she's around here somewhere.
That way you can hold her while we discuss crazy bitch and crazy bitches. And if you want to go, and if you want to be able to show off your framed certificate showing you are a certified, genuine, insane, crazy bitch, you can
Yeah,
go
I gotta
get.
go. Hold on, wait. I do have it. I do have it.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
know.
go into my notebook and get it because when I got released from the first time I got released from the crazy house, but I've been in and out like how many times?
Well, to be honest, you have, I think, one more hole punch, and you get free Dunkin' for a year.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Well,
So yeah,
yeah, it was either that or steak knives, so take the Duncan.
yeah.
Oh no, honey, my medicine is
Yeah.
THC. Come here, Skittles. Skeet, skeet. Damn, girl, where you at? Come on. Oh. Undoubtedly, Gunner must have scared her under the bed.
Yeah. Well, Gunner wanted to play tug of war with her, but the rope's bigger than she is.
Yep. Well, my husky is also almost 100 pounds,
Yeah.
and they're
He
only supposed to be like 35 to 55 pounds, but he's just weirdly large.
Well,
He's not fat. He's just tall and big.
no,
The-
he's fat. He needs Ozempic.
No, he does not.
Yeah,
He's
he
my
does.
chusky. He's my chusky. Yes, he is. Come here, baby. You my chusky. You my chusky. Is you want? Look at him. He's your chusky.
He's
He's
also,
like,
if somebody breaks into the house, he'll give them a fucking tour as long as they give him
like,
food.
here, follow me. Follow me to the safe. I will give you the passcode. You got treats? Okay, then you get the passcode. Look, go into the refrigerator and get me some lunch meat and some hot dogs, and I will give you the passcode.
That's our Gunner. That's our Gunner. He's.
Please remember to get me ketchup first, please.
We're not kidding, man. He is a character.
He listens to strangers more than he does me.
Whenever I go over there with food for them to taste, he just oozes up, looks at the plate, looks at me, gives me a smile, and goes, "That's mighty nice looking. Mind if I have a taste?" And then I look at him and say, "You know the rules. I got to ask your mom first." And he's like, No, don't ask mom. Just give it to me. No, I got to ask your mom. Oh, man. And I look over at Laura Jane and say, "Can I give him some?" And then whenever Laura Jane says, "Not right now, I'll give it to him later," he does. He talks back to her and he says, "No, I want it now, bitch." And it's wild, man.
Yeah, don't get a husky. I don't recommend it.
He's wild. He's also addicted to sunbathing.
Yeah. He's a husky. He's a triple coated dog, okay? He's got like 3 layers of fur. But yet he cannot stand it when it's winter outside, okay? He loves it when it's triple digits, okay? And the sun is blaring. And me and Fresca are out there dying, having heat strokes. Okay? But he's just out there going, "Oh yeah, this is the life." And I'm like, "Gunner, you're a husky. You're supposed to be living in Siberia."
And he looks at her and goes,
Whatever.
"No, that's cold. No.
Hey mom, where's my lemonade?
No, he's like, where my tequila? Where my room at?
But yeah, crazy. Okay. I've made this statement many times in the past, and I am not really that surprised that this crazy woman blaming postpartum depression for killing her 3 babies is getting so much support from all these crazy women.
Yeah.
Because when the Massachusetts governor signed the law that expanded abortion rights and the time you could abort a child to greater times than any other state in America, the women that were surrounding her in that office were cheering it.
It took it took the act of God for me to be able to have my kids. And I even went through postpartum depression, but you don't see me choking my little crotch goblins out.
Well, what really got me was the fact that when they got her computer and all of her electronics and found out she planned this stuff out, that she used all the apps to make sure that to figure out how much time it would take for him to run her husband to run the errands that she forced him to go do. She also Googled to find out how long it was going to take to kill each of her children by choking them to death, to make sure that she had the time to do it all.
While her husband was gone, right?
Yes, while he was running the errands that she sent him on.
Okay, Michael, I got a question here. I know I'm jumping way ahead.
Go for it.
But how in the world are you going to justify to your husband when he gets home that, oh, honey, where you gone? I did a few things around the house. I vacuumed. I dusted. I killed my kid.
Right? It's like, okay, I got all the laundry done. I got the dishes done. And I killed the kids.
Well, that's just it. She wasn't doing any of that. Remember, the husband the husband went from actually going to his job to doing his job remotely from home so he could take care of the kids. And he hired a nanny to come in for several hours a day during the week.
Sounds like that bitch just was entitled.
Yes.
She was spoiled.
She was doctor shopping, and she was not giving the drugs that she was asking for a chance to do anything. She'd take them for 3 days and then stop and then ask for a different.
And shit got built up in your system. Look, I have taken so many fucking drugs for the mental thing. It's fucking ridiculous. Okay? You got to give it at least 2 or 3 weeks for it to build up in your fucking system.
Yes.
But if you skip a day, God, don't skip a day, because if you skip a day or two, let me tell you, you got to start the fuck all over.
Yeah.
That's why I like marijuana, because it starts right then.
Now, you've got women out there saying he's the one who actually killed the kids.
What?
Yes.
Yep.
Please.
Yep.
This is insane. It's crazy. There are stories of guys that were going to be getting married that have called off the wedding because their fiance said that they were supporting this crazy bitch and saying that they understood it, and these guys are sitting there going,
I need the fucking post. I need the post so I can put my 2 cents in on this.
It's insane.
My 2 cents will probably freak the hell out of some people, but that's fine. I like freaking people out.
I have seen these posts. I've shared a couple of them on Facebook. I've shared a couple of them on Twitter X. I'm not using this bitch's name.
You might as well just say it. I'll help. Whisper it to me and I'll say it.
No, I don't want to give her name. But I will say her husband's name is Patrick.
Well, Patrick's wife is a bitch.
Yes. And this guy did everything the modern woman says they want the man to do in the relationship. He was doing the cooking, the cleaning, as well as his full-time job.
I want to kill her now.
what?
I mean, seriously. I mean, my God darn. I would love it if my husband would do that. No. Get fussed at. Why did you not get no laundry done? Well, honey, I don't got no laundry detergent. I don't got no fabric softener. Throw fucking plumbing this book.
That's why you come over here and get it. Shoot. How often does that happen? A lot. Yeah.
No, well, no, it's my husband's job to make sure if he wants his fucking shit washed, I got to be incorporated. I got to have the laundry detergent, the fabric softener, the bounce dryer sheets for pets, because we have pets. We have a lot of hair in this house. It's a condiment now. Okay, you're gonna eat hair if you come in my house. Yeah. I mean, I go through like 6 or 8 vacuums a year. And we won't even get into the discussion of how many brooms and swifters I go through a year.
Wait, which animal was it that was terrified whenever they saw the Swiffer come out?
Fresca. Oh no, Sarah. No, it was Sarah. The Great Dane pit bull mix. My 250-pound dog. I had the big white one.
Yep,
big, the white and brindle one. Because she got beat. And she hated men too. Because she got, I think, a big old man, burly man beat her with the broom. Because every time I'd get out the Swifter or the broom or anything, boy, it took me about 3 or 4 years to get her where she would finally calm down and relax when I had to clean up their fucking hair.
Yep.
I mean, it's like,
yeah. It was really messed up, man.
I hate people. I'm sorry, but I hate Homo sapiens.
Yeah.
Especially the way they treat animals.
But anyway, our madman's here. Howdy, brother. How you doing?
Hello.
Hola, senor.
Good afternoon to everybody. Afternoon, evening time.
Yep. You're an hour difference than where we're at.
Earlier or later? Is it later. 6 or 8?
It's actually almost 8 here. So.
Oh,
okay. Well, it's almost 8 here too.
I'm Eastern, so
okay.
I'm still Eastern.
Central time.
I'm kind of on the edge of that. So sometimes when I'm driving, I could be Central, I could be Eastern. Just depends on.
Okay.
That would confuse the fucking shit out of my ass. I'd be like, wait a minute, it just was 5:33. Now it's 4:33. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But anywho, right now, welcome to the party. We're discussing crazy bitch killing her kids.
Right.
And all the support, the insanity support that she's been getting. We've already discussed Massachusetts passing the abortion law that expanded abortion to at any point, including after birth, and how the women were cheering it quite ghoulishly.
I saw the video. Yep.
I've got to that point to where I have met several people. They're Skittles.
Yeah, I got to dye Gloria's hair. So she's like sniffing out the hair dye. Skittles, where you going?
But yeah, it's insane because it's like Marcelo said, Selenesh and the sacrifice of children, Moloch, all of these ancient cults that they would
civilizations. It's like
they built themselves around these revels of orgies, and any child that they would get pregnant from these orgies, they would then take the next time to be sacrificed. And I remember as a child when they told us that in school, and I'm like, how barbaric, how could they do that? And we're seeing it done today in such a different way. And it just,
Nothing new under the sun.
exactly.
You
And
don't go back here. Stop it.
it freaks me out that this has been happening and that people are allowing it. You know, they're not trying to. Anybody who calls it out gets attacked. You know, I just don't get it. I really don't. Human life has become so devalued because of this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It frustrates me. Here's one for Laura Jane. If you have devalued human life to this point, is it?
Look, I like
is
animals
Melissa
more than I do
fine?
people, but I'm not killing my kids.
I know. What I'm saying is, when you've devalued human life to that point, devaluing an animal's life is even easier. The problem is, animals actually have more protections now, legal protections, than humans do. Oh, look at her. But
Oh, you knocked my phone off, you little hoochie. Come here.
but like
She's
I
being
said,
a bitch. I think she wants her mama. She don't want grandma no more.
okay. I'll take her and give her to Zobug.
Well, I'm gonna have to get off here so I can do Gloria's hair.
All right, you be good.
All right, I love you.
Love you too.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Love it. Bye, guys.
Later.
But yes, that was my sister, our resident rabid spider monkey.
Cool.
And as y'all can tell, she cares a lot about animals. She can't understand how these idiots. Oh God, it just really frustrates me. And yeah, this is for Sig Valdison when he watches this in replay. It makes me want to push the button. It really does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
When it comes to like animals or pets, I know like sometimes I hear it from my wife a little bit, because like Central South America, you think it's bad up here. It's like, and I know I will stray from the immigration debate too much, only to say that what's brought across the border, the lifestyle is also brought across the border. If it's not going to integrate, and change to the culture here. And now I can say this because I have firsthand accounts from it. In some areas of Central South America, animals are treated pretty good, actually maybe a little bit better than here. But there are other areas and other class of peoples who mistreat animals way worse. And I mean, my spouse can give an account of her own pets that she had when she was younger, being like stolen, misused by her own family members.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
because if I remember right, there is a very big cockfighting culture and dogfighting culture down there.
Oh yeah,
and
for certain.
It's no, they're not. They don't do the fighting fish. That's Asia, where they actually have trained fighting fish, which is wild.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I like to read. That's just my. I like to read and learn about people and places and things.
Sure.
So yeah, but
when it comes down to the aspect of devaluing human life, if you don't have a standard in the first place, then yeah, where's your line? You don't have one.
Exactly. It's really messed up. It drives me nuts. And talking about the assimilation of immigrants into the dominant culture of the country they're moving to. That's a good segue into our next little subject before we call it a night.
Okay, cool.
And that's the UK is issuing a guide for the asylum seekers that are arriving, telling them not to rape women and children or beat women and children.
Uh-huh.
When did
And-
they start? When did they start saying that was wrong?
And it's just that there's no or else.
Yeah.
They forgot the or else, I think.
Maybe.
They're
Yeah.
just
Maybe
telling-
don't panic.
Yeah,
Don't forget to bring your towel.
if you want to,
I think towel would be a defensive weapon that you're not allowed to use in the UK.
yes, you're not even allowed to have pepper spray in the UK.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Even the watered down stuff is verboten. These are the people that will arrest you if they think you're silently praying in public.
Well, that's a bad thing, though. You know, that's you know, we got to puff up our chests and make ourselves look important. So we're gonna arrest the people we know who are not going to fight back.
Yes,
Yeah.
but they will allow Muslims to break out their prayer rugs in the middle of the street and stop traffic so they can do their prayer
that's
by
just to
contact.
show that they're dominating that country and that culture. You know, that's because they don't do that in their own countries. They don't do that in Islamic governments. You're not allowed to do that. It's against the law to do that publicly. You got to go to their temple to do that type of thing. But
Yep.
in other countries, that's
Yep.
not. Oh, it's perfectly acceptable to do it then because you're showing that you're actually conquering said country.
We are
Exactly.
conquering in the name of Allah. So we do this.
Yep. It's what got me is the fact. Do you guys remember a few years back that I can't remember if it was during it was either during Christmas time or during New Year's that there was this big thing that was going on, and the immigrants in Germany
Mhm.
were gang raping women.
Oh, they've been doing that for years.
Yes,
It-
and it got so
Years.
bad that
Yeah.
the German government was handing out pamphlets telling them no raping. Also, they were handing out pamphlets at the public swimming pools telling them that they were not allowed to grab women just because
Please
they were
don't
wearing
grape.
bathing suits.
And
Yep.
if you don't think that ain't coming to the States, tell me what
Already-
you're smoking.
it's already
so I
here.
can have some. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
already here.
It's already hit here.
Yep.
That's actually been happening in Michigan and Minnesota.
Mhm.
I think
Yep.
there was a location in Texas where that happened at a public pool.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah, it's definitely in Texas.
it's just really, really messed up. If you're moving to another country, you need to assimilate into that culture. Yes, you can keep aspects of your culture to enrich yourself and enrich those around you. But you don't move there and create an enclave that's exclusively of your foreign culture.
It depends on what your motivations are, though. If your
True.
motivation was never to fully integrate into the country, but take over said country, then you wouldn't be actually part of that country. You would be an invader,
Yes.
Hmm.
I have friends of mine
hypothetically.
that
Of
are
course.
from India. India, the dot, not the feather.
Mhm.
And they talk about the fact that, if I remember right, they're second generation. And they talked about the fact that the first generation and and their parents who came over did not really, some of them did want to assimilate and become part of the United States. But there are some of the current generations that are staying separate.
Yeah.
But that's part of the culture back home, because even though their caste system was outlawed,
Mhm.
there's still large chunks of India that unofficially practice it. Because one of the guys that I used to hang with was talking about the fact that one of his cousins married somebody of a much lower caste, and the family was very opposed to this. She was from a high class caste, and this dude was from a very low caste. They were very upset that they went and got married without their permission, and they said, "Okay, we're gonna make peace. Have him come over." Dude shows up, and his male cousins and uncle grabs this dude, drags him into the bedroom, and cuts off his wedding tackle, the twig and the berries, to make sure that there would be no children coming out of said marriage.
Was this in the States?
No, this happened still in India.
Oh, okay.
And he was telling me that they only got a fine for what they did.
Sure.
And I was like, "You got to be shitting me." And he was like, "No, they fined them. They didn't spend time. The only time they spent in jail was while the trial was going on."
Yeah, I mean, as fractured as our justice system is in this country, and there is a lot of fracturing. There's no doubt about that. But even then, we still have a more solid system than majority of the planet.
Yes. It's one of the reasons why I keep saying the United States is the best country on earth, because at least, even if the system's broken, it works in most ways. Because he was telling me about in India, the way the prisons there work, prisoners can actually have a job and leave and go do their job as long as they come back at night and sleep in their prison cell. And if they've got enough money to pay off the prison, they can fix that cell up to be like a hotel room or a home. They even allow their families to come and live with them in the prison cell.
What a punishment.
Yeah. And I know I have joked about me and Casey grabbing our shit and saying, "Fuck it, we're moving to India," because the amount of money we get from disability in a month is more than some of the richest people in India get paid all year. We would live like kings. We would have women throwing themselves at us going, "I will be your third concubine. Take me home."
The only problem is I'm afraid that the minute Dad met me, there'd be people trying to cut things off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the scary part, man. But like I said, it's wild. I'm telling you, it's insane. It's crazy. But that's the world.
Yeah.
I've been around this planet 3.5 times. I've said this many a time. I have seen things that I will never be able to forget.
Sure.
I have seen slave auctions.
Slavery is still heavy active.
It's going on in India. It's going on in the Middle East. It's going on in Africa. There's sections of Asia it's still going on.
Absolutely.
And it's
and slavery, that includes work slave labor as well as intercoursal slave labor as well.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's, in fact, counting that, it's actually going on in almost every country on the planet.
Absolutely. Even here in the States. We are not excluded from that. As a matter of fact, it is downright shameful.
It's
And
one of the
it also ties into the abortion industry too, though, as
Yes.
well. Yep.
It's one of the reasons why the Trump administration has been fighting to control the border,
Mhm.
because of the human trafficking that's been coming across the border.
Yep.
And here's something that the Super Bowl, ICE has gotten involved in that because of the human trafficking, where they're bringing
Yep.
in
Huge
these
events.
girls
Bring them in. Yep.
for enforced fun time. It's
Can I say something too, Richard?
go for it.
For any men out there who think they're men, guess what? If you're like even invested in any type of activities like those in any way, you are no damn man.
Exactly.
You are at the very least a male who doesn't deserve any type of man card whatsoever. You are lower than dirt. And I hope anybody out there, you go to jail, or at the very least, you get shamed the rest of your life, because that is not what you do. I don't care if it's your culture or not, because it's not a culture. It's I call it more ideology, sick and twisted ideology. If that is part of your culture, sorry, it doesn't run with the colors, the flag colors of this country. Absolutely not.
Yep.
Well, Richard, if I could say something really quick,
Go for it.
I can tell you right now, and I happen to know, human trafficking in this country does not just happen from people coming in from the
Sure.
border. There's a lot of it that goes on just on a daily basis. I knew a woman who basically, she went to a party because they said she wanted to be a model, and some people she knew said that these guys were throwing a party because they were talent scouts for a modeling agency. So she goes in there, and they basically knock her out. And she told me that within 3 or 4 weeks, she was in Vegas turning tricks because they got her, in those 3 or 4 weeks, they got her so hooked on drugs that that by the time they hooked her up to the escort service she was working for, she would go out and basically sell her grandmother for him. And that was what she basically told me. So I know there's a lot of that kind of thing comes in from over the border, but I can tell you there's a lot more of that trafficking going on in the United States, just from our own indigenous population.
Absolutely.
That anybody wants to even think about.
Here's one for you that I know about. These ladies were given jobs, and I can't remember if it was the UAE. It was one of the Persian Gulf states, one of the small ones. They got there, and as soon as they got there, their employer took their passport and their identifying papers. It was really messed up, and they weren't getting the full what they were promised they would get paid. They were being forced to pay exorbitant rates for food, clothing, and their living conditions, which were piss poor. And it wasn't just Americans. A lot of them were Australian. And this was a big thing that happened, I think, 8 to 10 years ago. It was a real big expose that was in the Australian 60 Minutes program. What are you two little hoodlums doing? Sorry, the cats are being little hoodlums. But like I said, this human trafficking is a major problem. But before we continue, Jason Love's got to head out. Tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
Yes, usually you can find me Mondays or Saturdays, occasionally Fridays at Crazy Analysis. Do bar watch, happy hour, and I usually try to show up where I can in the chat.
No, thank you for coming. Your proof.
Thank you for having me.
That the chat is just as important as the panel.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in the chat and you would like to join the panel, let me know. If you have an idea for something for a topic for us to talk about, let me know. It will be brought up.
Nice to talk to you for a second there, Jason. It's good to see you always in the chat.
Absolutely.
So please, Jason, anytime, if you're able to make it this Friday, we're going to be doing the special rest in peace to Dolly Parton, Tim Curry, and Jason Franks, as we talk about the movie, Jason Frank's last movie that he worked on, The Legend of the White Dragon. We're also going to be talking about how PBS lost 30 years of archives because they accidentally deleted it all.
When are you doing this, Richard?
Friday.
Ooh, I might be able to join that.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'll be in the chat, or try to be lurking at least.
If you want to be on the panel, just let me know. Now, you've already got the link, so just come on down.
Should be able to.
We love you, brother. And
Sounds good. Absolutely.
what you make for dinner?
Not much. Just gonna heat some chili up.
Okay. Is it the good chili or the bad chili?
It's not bad.
Oh, good. So you're not going to be sitting on the porcelain throne for about 5-10 hours going, oh my God, what did I eat?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not. None of that.
None of that hot stuff, huh?
Right?
Awesome.
No, it's not. Yeah. All right. Good to see everybody.
All right. Love you, brother. You be good.
Later.
Like I said, if this stuff has been...
Pull that out of my ear. Awesome.
All right. You want me to hit the button for you, brother? Oh, there you go.
I think it's got it.
But like I was saying, it frustrates me that immigrants that are coming here, even refugees and asylum seekers, that are bringing their culture and are demanding we change to fit them. That's the equivalent of letting somebody stay in your house using one of your rooms and instead of them staying in your guest room, them taking over your master bedroom and forcing you to cook the foods the way they like it and forcing you to wear what they want you to wear.
Try that standard in any other country that is actually well enforced.
Yes, it's you can't do it in the Middle East. You can't do it in Mexico. But for some reason, the United States and Canada, the UK, and half of Europe are allowing that type of behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And that allowing that type of behavior is causing a pendulum effect of the everyday person saying, no more.
There's
like-
definitely a lot of transition happening.
Yes.
You know, good and bad.
And it scares me because I've talked about this before. I'm terrified of the Bubba effect happening. You know, or everyday Bubba, who just wants to be left the hell alone, finally has had enough. And he grabs his double barrel and says, you know, that son bitch was doing things with that little girl. I ain't gonna have none of that.
It's going to come down to that a lot more often than not, although we still show a lot of restraint.
Yes. But we have seen where a father has walked in and was witnessing one of these chuckleheads raping his daughter.
They're dead.
And he killed him.
Yeah.
Killed him dead. And he got elected sheriff.
Yep. No, that was in Arkansas. Yeah, I heard that story. That
Yeah,
was
Janet from Another Planet was telling me about that, and I'm like going, he got elected sheriff.
Yep.
I wished I could have voted for him. And it's go for it, Casey.
I wish I could have been down there. I'm originally from Chicago. I know how to stuff a belt back to the best of them.
But you know how I feel about that, man. Go get your kippy.
Well, and I see something like that because I mean my son is, you know, just a young man under the age of 10 currently, and he's got his mother's looks, you know, he's a nice looking boy. And so both me and my wife know that, like, we got to keep an eye on him at all times. We're just in a world right now to where you cannot let your guard down for anything. And even then, there's been situations to where things happen. Things still happen even when your guard's up.
Yep.
So it's, I tell you one thing though, yeah, it's like we have a Second Amendment for a reason. And I tell you what, whether it's a foreign national, immigrant, or a regular citizen, you touch my kid, well, I'll keep it PG, but I'm not going to be nice about it. I know how not to be nice.
I'll tell you something, and this really gets to me. Richard and I share in common that we're both people with disabilities. And, oh yeah, I remember, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot for a minute, but okay. The thing is, my disability is severe enough that I would not be able to get any kind of weapon to defend myself or anybody else. I mean, there have been times when, I used to go out and collect aluminum cans to make extra money to make ends meet.
Mm-hmm.
And there were literally times when I was in a place in Carbondale and was picking up a can on a Saturday morning, and all of a sudden I see these two guys come running through the parking lot, and found out later that they were in a drug deal that was going bad.
Yeah.
So they were actually pulling out guns and hiding behind these little kids who were just out playing with their balls and stuff on Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And all these people were sitting around, like their parents and whatnot, on their cell phones. And rather than call the cops, they actually just sat around and photographed the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know what's the mindset of just like videotaping something on your cell phone when something happens like that.
I mean, that was what got to me, because, and after it was all over, you hear them all talking about, did you get that? Did you see it? You know, and as far as I know, the cops were never called or anything.
That stuff started about what, 5 to 8 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
where people would start recording what was going on instead of actually doing something about it.
Yeah.
And
When they put cameras in the phones.
And the weird thing about it was,
people were taking pictures of their food. Then whenever they would see something, they'd start recording it instead of actually doing something about it.
I can give a kind of an anecdote to that too.
Well,
Slightly.
okay, sorry, my friend.
No, go ahead, continue.
Well, no, the weird thing about it was the only reason that these guys didn't go out and shoot kids was I dropped what I was doing, got in between them,
Mm-hmm.
because the kids were small enough that they didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, listen up. You guys want to shoot somebody? Here I am. But I just want you to know something. If you guys shoot me or one of these kids and you go to jail and they find out about it, they will rip you, I'm not going to say exactly what I told them. But I'm like,
Yeah.
if you all want to shoot me, you all want to shoot an unarmed disabled guy, just go ahead, please. But I'm not letting you shoot one of these kids. I will literally stand in front of them if I have to. And you can turn anything you want into a pincushion. I don't care. You know what I got for it? I didn't get a thank you. I didn't get anything. I got some guy going and cocking a barrel of a gun to my head and telling me, oh, you feel like a hero now, don't you? And I go, I didn't feel like a hero when I was doing this. I was just doing what nobody else would fucking do.
I tell him, well, you're certainly not.
Yeah.
And
that's one of the reasons why, Casey, we're trying to find a place for you around here so you'll be safe.
Are you still in the Chicago area, Casey?
Do you know anything about Illinois?
Well, I know a tiny bit about Chicago.
No, I am in a little town called Carbondale, Illinois, which is right on like it's on the Paducah. It's on the border of Paducah, Kentucky, and then it's on Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Is that close to Cincinnati then?
You could get there, but it would take a while.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm right in the corner of like three states that abut Illinois.
Sure.
And I came to Carbondale because, Chicago was such a weird place when I was growing up. I figured I'd be safer down there. Little did I know I was wrong.
Tim says, that is what my friend must think too. Richard knows who I'm talking about. And yep. And he also says, Little Egypt then.
Yeah, that's the place. That's the place.
And like I said, this is something that we've been, like I said, we're looking for options for you, brother.
I mean, dude, what I honestly really want is if I could just find a nice little apartment in a safe little area. I can have the people that I need to be brought in, and I could just live, because my life now is not all that bad. Yeah. I can still, if I want to, I can go out anytime I want to. I can go do what I want to. I can go shopping if I want to. I don't got to worry about, I got to wait for some particular day to get on a bus to go do something. I mean, if I could be safer and have basically the life I do now, that's all I want.
Yeah. Tim asked, how far from Benton, Casey?
Benton? Not very far at all, now that you mention it.
Sweet. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up. It's almost 2.5 hours tonight. I am grateful for everyone who came, both in chat and on the panel. And I am extremely grateful I would like everyone to have a chance to tell where they can find you. Casey, let everybody know where they can find you, brother.
Well, as I have so often said, if you're in the mood for a good scary story, then I write and narrate most of the ones that are on the channel now myself. You can stop by Casey's Creepy Creations on YouTube. If you are one of the 196 people who have been kind enough to subscribe, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. If there's something that you haven't seen in a while, or maybe you want to go rewatch something, drop a heart in a comment. I would love you. If you're new to the channel, please think about subscribing. Leave a like, a share, and a comment. They do more than you know for small creators like us. And I would love to get your opinion on what I should do next.
And that's the thing we do here is we ask the people who are following us, we ask our chats, we ask our subscribers what you want to see. That's the whole point, sharing the things we love with each other. Our madman.
Yes, here, hold on. I'm sharing something to you so you can post that.
All
But
right.
yes, YouTube channel, and just for Casey, if he's almost at 200, let's have him get up past 200 subscribers. Let's let him hit that mark, okay?
Oh yeah.
That would be an easy goal for him to hit. So go to his channel and definitely give him a few more subs. But yeah, for me, Tales of a How, the YouTube channel from Tales of a How, the Aftermath Chronicles, which is a stop motion adventure based on the board game HeroScape. As well as on that channel, we talk about HeroScape since it is an active IP currently. Going through reviews of all kinds of miniatures, their stats, competitive play, the lore and story, which in about an hour, I'll be streaming, talking about the new scenario and lore drop that Renegade just dropped on their website. Renegade Game Studios is who controls the IP. And it's going to be based off the events from this particular battle box. It's HeroScape Secrets of the Citadel. And I recommend if anybody's interested in HeroScape, go to my channel, go to the affiliate link below, and then if you purchase the game from that link, I get a little cutback from that. A little bit of incentive for me to continue my channel, so that would be awesome if you would do it. And I'd recommend getting this starter box. This is the battle box. It's a great way to start the game. I unboxed this last Sunday, and I was just looking through it. I'm just like, you know what? If anybody didn't know what HeroScape was about, this would be a great box to start playing with it and seeing if you like it, because it's on its own merits, it's just one of the best tabletop skirmish games ever. But for me,
I played BattleTech.
Mm-hmm.
BattleTech has been my jam for a long time. I'm gonna try to get into the new Land and Sea that's just starting. In fact, I've got my first miniature is a honey badger, Asher, which is a battle suit,
mm-hmm.
and it's a cool little miniature. I'm looking right at it right now. It's sitting on the shelves across the room from me. It's sweet, but yeah, I love miniatures
for sure. And if gaming isn't your thing, and you just like if you were going to go to Casey's Creepy Creations for some spooky storytelling, you can go to Tales of a Hala for some adventure type storytelling, because for the past 10 plus years I've done stop motion animations based off the characters within a HeroScape, literally hours worth of content via shorts, as well as the 3-season series that I have up there. And I'm currently writing, including the script right here, currently writing for more adventures, and going to be animating those and producing those very, very soon as well. So check me out.
You're doing the porn one too, ain't you?
Come on, Richard. You weren't supposed to ask him about that.
Hey,
why did I cut all my hair?
Well, I've got to keep my dirty old man cred going. So I had to ask the question that everybody was wanting to know.
By the way, I'm married almost 17 years, and I'm good
Yeah.
relationship with my wife. So
To a hot Latina who likes giving helicopter rides. So,
I cannot confirm or deny, although she's a very good cook. I'll just put that.
Yes. Be very, very careful, man. Be very, very careful. I've heard what some things can happen. Yeah. Don't want that to happen to you, Bubba.
I've seen some things you people want to believe.
Yes.
Just put it that way.
All right, everybody. Let's go out there and be the positive change we want to see in this world. The only way we're going to make this world a better place is by actually doing something.
Thank you.
We just can't stand by anymore. That's why we're in this situation, like Casey said. By just standing there, the bad's going to happen. The only way to make it better is to do something. Even if all you're able to do is say something. If you see somebody in need, and all you can do is give them a few words of encouragement, do it. That's why you're there. We're not alone. God's always with us. But God uses us to do his bidding, to do the good works. That's why when you see something bad happening, there's that part of you that says, I need to do something. That's your conscience. That's God talking to you. I'm not saying go out there and do something heroic like what Casey did. But I am saying that if somebody's in need, call 911 if that's all you can do. But do something positive. Don't start a fight. Share the things you love with others. Talk about what you love about it. You can't help but see that love in someone's eyes when they're talking about the things they love and adore. When our madman was talking about Heroescape and that box set, you could see it in his face, how much he loves it. When Casey's talking about his stories, you can hear it in his voice. That's how we can make this world a better place, guys and gals and everything in between. Is by talking about it, by sharing it. Don't hoard the love. Love is the one thing that is bottomless and endless, that you can give it all the time and you get it back 10 times over. This world needs a lot more love in it. Love's the only thing that's going to fix what's wrong with this world. We need to remind everyone that's a human being. They're just like you. They deserve respect. They deserve the ability to breathe, to live, to love, to be able to put food on the table for not just themselves, but their wives or their husbands and their children. We need to get back to a point where you can agree to disagree with somebody and still love them, still be friends with them. Growing up, some of my best friends did not agree with me on a lot of things. We only had maybe 20 to 30% of things we agreed on, and that was usually our favorite TV shows, our favorite cartoons, our favorite comic books, our favorite toys.
Now our culture is crumbling.
Yes. But that unified us.
Mm-hmm.
It gave us something that we could agree with and by sharing that love, we saw it in their eyes. And if they could love the same thing I love, that means they're just as human as I am. We need to get back to there. And the only way we can do it is by going out there and living that life again. And do it in such a way that it inspires others to do it too. Be the happy warrior. Show people how happy you are, that this love gives you the strength to do the impossible. Make them see that and want it too. Inspire them to be better than they are. Heroes are made in little seconds, in little choices, minor things that you don't think makes a difference, but it does. How you treat another person, a child can see that. If you treated somebody badly, you bullied them, that child sees it, and they're going to be monkey see, monkey do it. But if that child sees you acting as a good, decent, honest human being, you become that inspiration for them to be better. And it starts a reaction of doing good, being good, helping others. I love each and every one of you. And I want what's best for each one of you. Remember, you're not ever alone. God will always be with you. And you are most definitely loved. Because I know I love you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe. And be blessed. And I'll see you guys on Friday when we say goodbye to Tim Curry, Dolly Parton, and Jason Franks. And we talk about all the effects that they had on our lives. We're going to talk about the PBS losing 30 years worth of archived everything. And we're going to talk about the movie, The Legend of the White Dragon, the last thing that Jason Franks was working on before he unfortunately left this world. Be good, everybody. And remember, love is the only thing that's going to save this world. Be good.